Hello everybody, I would like to welcome you to our colloquium today. Our speaker, Dr. Nigel Phineas Dukes, got his PhD in scientific anthropology in a matter of 3 weeks at the University of Phoenix Online. He has studied physicists all across the world in places like Great Britain, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, and parts of New Jersey. And today he will be telling us part 3 of his ongoing study of physicists in their natural environment. So I'd like to give you a warm welcome to Dr. Nigel Dukes.
Thanks for the warm introduction, and thank you, department, for the generous honorarium. Now, as Matt said, this is part of an ongoing study, so I would like to briefly go over what we discussed in previous talks. Something we went over in great detail was the fact that the physicist is a creature of the pack. If you spot a physicist, you would not be hard-pressed to find 15 to 20 standing directly behind him. We also talked about the peculiar sense of humor of the physicist. Now, there seems to be no end to the extent of the embarrassment the physicist will bring upon himself simply to amuse his peers. Now, we also talked about the near lack of females. The physics community is almost predominantly male, and this sort of brings us to today's topic: the mating behavior of the physicist. Now, it is very difficult to study this, as there is no known evidence. So, many people have different opinions on why this is so. The most obvious is what one researcher calls simply the startling rarity of the events themselves. Now, others have a different opinion. They think that due to the scarcity of females and the lack of any desirable mating features, that perhaps the physicist multiplies by some asexual means. And I happen to have an artist's rendering of such. So I found a group of physicists and offered them large amounts of alcohol. Yes, I immediately gained their confidence. Now, they allowed me to observe their behavior, and the hypothesis I was testing is that perhaps the physicist multiplies by coupling with non-physicist women, a sort of interspecies mating. So here's one example.
Dude, she's totally checking you out. You should go talk to her. Really? Okay.
Yeah, no.
The males are noticeably stunned. Rejection is a sign of a bitch. Now, I was also, for this group of males, what I had decided is their attempt was ruined because they could not get beyond their innate pack behavior. So I was also able to observe another male who could break away from the pack. Let's see how his attempts fared.
And then she said, "Why is my cat in the dryer?"
I'm like, oh, what do you do?
I studied plasma physics.
This is what we were talking about.
But physicists are clever beasts, and this one in particular. Watch as he attempts to adapt his stratagem.
Physics?
I was really impressed with that guy.
Hard science. Hard science. I'm gratitude.
Broken makes one last attempt.
I work at the Madison Dynamo experiment where I study magnetohydrodynamic fluctuations in order to determine the critical magnetic Reynolds number for spontaneous generation of the magnetic dynamo effect.
A success I do not yet understand. Now, something else I wanted to research a bit more was, as I mentioned before, the physics female. It may not come as a surprise to you that they were once thought to be a myth, a tale told by bawdy sailors to impress their cohorts. Now, we do know now that females do exist, but they're more of a solitary creature. I attempted to research this a bit more and see if this was in fact the case, and I have a video of this as well.
I believe I've spotted a group of females. Remarkable. Have you spotted me? Oh, shit.
Congregation of physics females. Unheard of. This very well might change the way we think about the mating of the physicist. Now, let me go to my conclusions. My conclusions appear to be in wingdings. No matter, I will write them on board. Mating of the physicist. Fascinating thing to study, very difficult. Thank you very much. I do not do questions. Have a good night. There's more.